I got really tired of sitting and waiting for a film where I'll have a hero. So I decided to rather just start taking up films where people want me to be the hero. I had no other option. Because nobody bothered to notice me for the longest time. I've been that dark horse. I still am. I never was the center of attention or under scrutiny because people didn't really expect me to eventually become what I have, or they didn't really expect. And there are quite a few films I've been replaced, some for logical reasons because I couldn't clear the audition, as I told you, and some for illogical reasons like I am not from a big surname family. Being called Sasti Copy, first of all, she's a brilliant actress. People might like her, not like her, but nobody disagrees to the fact that she's a brilliant actress. So if you call me a copy of a brilliant actress, why should I feel bad about it? And Sasti, well, yeah, she says she's the highest paid actress. So by that parameter, I am Sasti. I got really tired of sitting and waiting for a film where I'll have a hero. So I decided to rather just start taking up films where people want me to be the hero. I had no other option. So even now I would love to do a film where there is a hero in it, but I don't really get those many opportunities of those kind of films. So yeah, here I am. Difficult thing in Bollywood was that I used to attend in the beginning, your PR tells you that you need to be at these appearances, at these places, and I'm going there. And I've been treated like you are, one of those newcomer strugglers. And I was at least 15 films old. Much more than, people who were probably sitting in your front row.
Absolutely.
And I was not understanding, okay, so just because I've done films in the South, does that make my films less credible? So that's why I've been treated like, you were going to be sitting in the 6th row and not the 1st row. And I was very consciously trying that nobody should feel like I'm a social climber.
Or were you made to feel that ऐसे नहीं बोलते actors?
No, because nobody bothered to notice me for the longest time. I've been that dark horse. I still am. I never was the center of attention or under scrutiny because people didn't really expect me to eventually become what I have, or they didn't really expect. Let's just say that. So I never had this big entourage of the kind that will always keep telling me what to do, what not to do, because I never thought that she'd last long anyway.
Really?
Yeah. I've had people very openly writing me off, saying nobody wants to meet you. Don't think there's a good response for you in the market. I don't think your kind will fit the bill. The same people who wrote me off saying nobody really wants to meet you or there's no response for you in the market are like, we are telling people around, just take cue from her filmography. So that's the kind of difference I have seen, and I don't take it seriously.
Just coming to that,
yeah, I don't take it seriously because I don't take myself too seriously, because I feel, I don't think I'm koi badi top or shansha types. I think I'm just living my life, enjoying it every day. Yes, as a normal human being, I do feel like taking revenge, but I don't take revenge in the conventional meaning of the word. For me, revenge is
by doing great work.
Yeah, so just seeing that person walk up to me and say something otherwise is...
It's a validation.
Yeah, it's a validation. So it's done. I won't even tell that person that, you said that, remember? I won't even say that. See, I will not do an irrelevant character. I love to do characters which are like larger than life, will be those, unreal kind of characters. I am an audience to that, I'll do it. But for me to be irrelevant in a film and just to be hanging around for the visual beauty of it is something that doesn't go down well for me as an actor. I probably will not do that. Yes, being a part of a camp or a group really helps, because then there's someone to have your back, it's there. Even if you falter a little bit, there'll be someone to pick you up and give you another chance, which might not happen in my case where I don't have a camp. But the fact that my filmmakers repeat me is kind of a validation that I'm a good person to work with.
That's true.
So I think that is going fine with me. I'm okay to not to be in a camp if I keep getting my filmmakers to repeat me. And there are quite a few films I've been replaced, some for logical reasons because I couldn't clear the audition, as I told you, and some for illogical reasons like I am not from a big surname family. As I said, let's not call out the sinner, call out the sin. I have been replaced and not so long back. So no amount of success can actually help you with this replacement thing in the industry. I've always known about this fact. I have been rejected and thrown out of because of star kids, because of recommendations and all. But I knew that this is going to happen.
But did it affect you ever in the beginning?
Of course, it makes you cry in the beginning. I mean, even now, if it happens, it's not like I feel ab nahi hoga aisa. Abhi bhi ho sakta hai. And it will hurt me. It will make me feel really bad. But for how long? How long can I sit and crib about it? I cannot say, अरे तो मुझे बताया नहीं था ऐसे होगा. पता था ना ऐसे होगा. I still decided to choose to be in this industry. True. I knew my path is going to be longer. It's going to be tougher. I really feel when there's something that's not done right to you and you feel you didn't deserve it because the makers refused to give me an answer to why this happened and all these. This is unjust to any actor. I feel whenever they feel this is professionally something wrong that has happened to them, they can speak up. So that my idea of speaking up was not to target them. I still talk to the producers. I've had conversations with them. I met them very warmly. But it was just to call out the practice that should not happen again. So that people are a little more wary that, okay, if they're doing such kind of a thing to an actress again, they should think twice. Yeah. That was my idea behind doing it. I'm at a position today, I can talk. So if I've been given that power by my audience, why not use it for the right thing? So that kind of gave me the confidence to speak up. I've not targeted anyone. Even when I called out problems, like even in that replacement thing I called out the sin and not really the sinner. Yeah. So I've always followed that funda in life, that call out the sin and not the sinner. I've never pointed and targeted out people because I don't think that really pulling anyone down doesn't help me grow. Yeah. That doesn't work. Yeah, you get rejected randomly. In the beginning of your career. Rejected in the sense they will not even consider you. Because you don't feature in the scheme of things or scheme of actresses who can make it or female actors who can make it. You don't even feature in that list. So that's how you just get rejected because people just feel that no, she is just a fluke maybe. In South, the only bitter experience that happened with me was tagging me with the name of being an iron leg, which was very unfortunate and sad because I had nothing to do in the scripting or filming of the film. I was there only for 3 songs or 6-7 scenes, like a typical heroine in a commercial pot boiler. Yeah. I mean, that's about it. And I did the film only because the director was big, producer was big, actor was big, and that was my fault. Yeah. That I chose to do a film for these reasons and not for the role or for the script. But the repercussion of it was most brutal on me because I was tagged with this bad luck charm, which I had to battle with for years because I had 2-3 these flop films back to back and I was a heroine in the film. They said, ye panauti hai basically. I mean, this is the iron leg. So that was hurtful. Yeah, you're jinxed. It's not me to call out names and take digs at people. I don't do that. It doesn't go down well with me. People can, even if they target me by taking my name, I will not reply in that way. It's not me. True. So I call out sins, and especially I feel when you've been given the power, you are at a position where people are listening to you. People are looking up to you or they follow you. I think it's your responsibility somewhere to use that power in the rightful way. It doesn't mean much to me in my life to actually get affected by this first of all. Okay, only people who are really there in my inner circle who matter to me are the ones who can affect me. She doesn't. So I was honestly not affected. First time I read it, I was actually laughing, I remember. I was just like laughing out loud. Whoa, it's my turn in the potluck today. And more so because it came out of nowhere. Kind of very openly answered this whole thing of being called Sasti Copy. First of all, she's a brilliant actress. People might like her, not like her, but nobody disagrees to the fact that she's a brilliant actress. So if you call me a copy of a brilliant actress, why should I feel bad about it? And Sasti, well, yeah, she says she's the highest paid actress. So by that parameter, I am Sasti. Let's just say that. I mean, what's wrong in that? Other than that, I don't have a reason to believe. I don't know when did I copy her. I have same kind of hair, yes. I do speak my mind, yes. But we are two very different individuals, which I think the world knows by now. You cannot shy away from it, yeah. Now it's like because the number of outsiders is slowly increasing. And because of that, it's becoming more and more evident and in your face. Yeah. Now it's about how it's getting reported. Obviously, because the media has grown so much. So one statement is written some 1000 times because there are so many channels, so many portals. So that's why so many times. And then, you know, we have so many interviews happening, and then people want to know our take on what that person said and this person said. It's then gets amplified. It's not like actors are doing that debate.
True.
We know it exists in our face from day to night. So we are pretty used to it. So it's not us who can do anything about it. So I to stopped looking at it like a victim. I've kind of accepted it as a rule of the game, and I have to make my way in spite of this hurdle. Yeah, you cannot really blame them for being born in the families they are born in. Okay, first of all that. And nepotism happens in every industry.
Yeah.
Just that ours is in front of the camera and dinner table discussion for so many families and houses, so we rip it apart more. And this is like a rule of the game. When you enter the film industry, you know there will be favoritism and nepotism like any other industry. Time and again I've tried to glorify and show audiences the other beautiful side of being an outsider.
True.
My struggle and my achievements are my own.
Yeah.
Nobody can today take the credit that मेरी वजह से या इसके support की वजह से she is where she is. So that, you know, nobody can feel like इसने हाथ हटा लिया तो she'll come crashing down. Good or bad, it has been my journey. So I think that's the best thing about being an outsider. And apart from the fact that yes, you've seen life through your own eyes, you've lived it, you've lived those hard times. So you can project and act them out very well in front of the camera. That's why probably those characters of mine feel more real to people.